Welcome to Chicken Bros. My name is David Heath.
And I'm T.S. Eliot.
Well, we're here to talk about the second movie in the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy, simply titled Spider-Man 2.
With the Octopus Man.
Octopus Man, he come to grab you with his many limbs.
And this Dr. Octopus was well acted out. Good job, Alfred Molina.
Yes, very good job, Mr. British Man. Okay, so, we're going to assume you've seen all of these movies and tell you how this goes. It picks up where the last one left off. Peter Parker's trying to juggle his normal life and his superhero life. And it's complicated.
He stole that guy's pizza!
That I still, to this day, don't know how someone can be that stupid. I don't get it.
I don't know either. But... Go!
Oh, I love that. Me and Dad do that all the time. Go! Oh, man. Okay, so he keeps losing his jobs. He's late for his college classes, and he can't even make his own dadgum birthday party. Being Spider-Man's draining him out, which makes sense.
I guess.
I mean it would, because you never know when trouble's going to strike, especially in New York.
Yeah, that's true. But see, here's why I think it was so taxing for Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
Because it was Tobey Maguire.
He was the only superhero in the business. At least in the Marvel universe, if Tom Holland can't do something, you've got the rest of the Marvel universe to back him up.
That's true.
Speaking of...
Not to mention, in this particular movie, they call reference to another superhero.
Doctor Strange? That's good.
But it's taken. And, yeah, once I got older and figured out who Doctor Strange was, I watched that movie over again. He said it's taken. I'm like, what? By who? And so, Peter Parker, he looks up to Mr. Dr. Otto Octavius, and is
played by Alfred Molina, like we said.
Mm-hmm. And he's writing a paper on him, and he is developing this machine that provides clean, free energy for, I think he said, all of New York or the entire planet or something.
I don't remember. I haven't seen it in a while.
But basically, what the machine does is it basically creates a sun.
Yeah, gravitational pull, Otto Octavius. Hello,
you didn't think about that? That's what's funny. Once I got older and understood, math and science a little bit more, I remembered he said his arms were impervious to heat and magnetism. Okay, well, what about gravitational pull?
Yeah, dumbass.
Dummy.
I'm a third-year college student who just barely passed college physics, and I understand gravity.
Yeah, and you're supposed to be a prize-winning scientist.
Nobel Prize, Otto. Nobel Prize.
Me and a buddy of mine use that as a meme all the time. Anytime one of us has a somewhat cool idea, we're just Nobel Prize.
So what I think he should have said was Golden Globe, Otto. Golden Globe.
Not even close.
Yeah.
So yeah, like we've said, his machine backfires and almost levels the building.
Yep, and this part creeps the hell out of me, but when the needles in the spine.
Oh yeah, no, that's creepy.
Because it's supposed to be a thing that clamps around his waist.
Yeah, and just that. There's not supposed to be a weird spine thingy. But he did mention that there is a thing in the spine thingy that it's an inhibitor chip that protects the machines of the arms from taking over his brain. Which when the thing backfires,
it blows up.
Oh yeah, and we might have also forgot to mention his wife dies.
And he's just my wife is dead.
And I should be too.
She's dead. I should be too. Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah, and then because the chip's gone, the arms start influencing him.
Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was.
What?
I don't know. It's a puppet thing.
I know it's from Lamb Chop, but okay. And so he becomes the Dr. Octopus we all know. He wants to build the machine again, but bigger, because he could have sworn it was working, or that's what the arms are telling him. And so
because
he
mad
needs money in
scientist-
order to build the machine, and he starts robbing a bank.
Cliche.
And it doesn't help that it just happens to be the bank that Peter Parker was in at the exact moment.
Trying to help his Aunt May with her money troubles
Yeah, she's having some money troubles.
which is a constant theme in Spider-Man, unfortunately.
Apparently, even with Peter Parker in that exact movie.
No, I'm
Rant!
saying that it's a constant theme throughout all of Spider-Man media.
It
Aunt
wasn't
May
in
having
Homecoming, was it?
Not specifically, but I think there was like a money is tight kind of thing. That's why Peter tried to get the... I don't remember. But I'm just saying like that Aunt May having financial trouble has been a constant theme. Which is why Peter, gets the job at the Bugle.
Well, I think that was why he got the job in the Bugle in the first place in the comics.
Yeah.
Because, Uncle Ben died and, he was kind of the provider of the family.
Yeah. Because though I do remember an Ultimate Spider-Man comic where I saw Aunt May did have a job.
That's true. And the Amazing Spider-Man Aunt May had a job as a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
which is weird because that's actually a high-paying job.
It is? Oh, right. Well, I guess being in a medical business would.
My stepmom is an RN and. RN, registered nurse.
Oh, RN. Oh, my bad. I thought you were tripping up on your words.
No.
Oh, which, by the way, in this movie, for some unknown reason, Peter Parker's his powers are slipping away.
Which is a comic, which happens in the comics at one point.
Which I'm not familiar with, actually.
I'm not either. I just know that it came from the comic because they took one of the comic covers, which is him.
Oh, right,
away.
the Spider-Man suit in the trash.
Yeah, that was an iconic cover for a early '60s, '70s comic.
I didn't realize that was the same storyline, but
I'm back! I'm back!
No, you ain't!
My back! Loser!
And also, Mary Jane, since she was put in the friend zone in the last movie, decides to get herself a new boo.
Well, she gets herself a new boo because Peter's constantly late for shit.
Yeah, and becoming more and more distant, not only as a friend, but as a close friend of Mary Jane. Yeah.
Which starts the winding trail of too many side characters.
Yes, because the new boo that Mary Jane happens to acquire, which is revealed
later to be... the astronaut!
Yeah, my son the astronaut. John Jameson.
Who could have been Venom.
Or could have kickstarted that whole storyline. But for some reason didn't.
Yes.
But
they also had Gwen Stacy, and they just fucking threw her away.
Yeah, yeah. And Peter then figures out that Mary Jane and John Jameson plan to get married, which I'm sure was a good punch in the throat for Peter.
It was a big change.
Oh my god.
Also, he lives in a freaking small ass water closet, and his Russian landlord demands rent every single time he sees him.
Yeah, rent.
Is he that far behind on his rent?
Apparently. Living in New York is hard, man.
Hey, don't. Well, yeah. If the musical Rent is anything to go by, yes, it is. By the way, that's my favorite musical.
But I couldn't pick this up when I was a kid because I was too young to understand symbolism. But his trouble with Mary Jane is why he's losing his powers.
He can't get it up in both ways.
No, it's not that. It's that his heart's conflicted and he wants Mary Jane, but he can't be mature enough to let her go. And then that's making him quote unquote sick, and his powers doesn't want to work. Which I would go into why that makes sense, but I don't know how it makes sense. I'm just going with what the movie told me.
I don't understand it either.
So, halfway through the movie, Peter Parker gives up and decides to be just plain Peter Parker again. I'm Spider-Man.
And then he saves a little Chinese girl from a fire, and he's like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't give this up.
Yeah.